Alright. So, I think last stream I mentioned that I was going to be playing Bubsy. I am, but that's going to be tomorrow. So, we're actually going to be playing a bit of Sonic Mania instead, because I've been kind of a bit in the mood for it. And with the update coming up this summer, might as well play a bit more of it. Now, as the title says, we're going to be doing the and Knuckles version. Well, Tails and Knuckles. There we go. So I might as well clarify for a few things while we get started. The reason why I wanted to do this instead of Bubsy is mostly because, like, the games I've put it on polls are mostly for when I'm feeling indecisive. Like, if I feel like playing a different game, I'll play that first. Now, for those who don't know, Sonic Mania was the first game that I streamed that went onto YouTube. Me and my buddy Naproxen played the game blind, actually. We still have it on YouTube. If you want to check it out, you're more than welcome to, but it's kind of low quality in terms of audio. Now, just for the record, I'm not sure if we're going to be going after all the Chaos Emeralds. I'm going to try, but no promises. So yeah, with Sonic Mania Plus, I was definitely just in the mood to play more of this. Like, I really wasn't expecting Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Squirrel to be out. Oh, really? What? Oh, what rotten timing. Oh, at least it got more than the rings. It's got more than enough of the rings back. That was kind of funny, actually. I'm not gonna lie. So, when me and my friend Naproxen played this for the first time, it mostly just went as Sonic, and we were mostly quiet since we were just playing the game. Plus, it was like our first time doing it, so. Alright, Chaos Emerald time. I'm not really going to go into much details about how this game works compared to like the others I've done, because I've already streamed this game once before. And to be fair, Sonic Mania is like so popular at this point, like, I don't think there really is a need to. Especially if you've played Sonic 3. Well, it's all Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but same thing. Speaking of which, actually, I wouldn't mind doing the entire Sonic trilogy for a stream, since they're all relatively short. Except for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but still. So yeah, the one downside to like doing this mode is that it has to be in no save mode, so I have to get it done in one stream. Which, to be fair, won't be that hard, because I've been playing this game a lot since the last time I streamed it, which was September of last year. I've gotten pretty good at the game. Not perfect, but pretty good. And what I mentioned before in the previous Sonic Mini stream is that I'm more of a fan of the 3D Sonic games. And to be fair, that's still true, but I definitely enjoy Sonic Mania a lot. Definitely a lot more than Forces, I'll give that much. I like Forces, but it's got its problems. And I knew right off the bat it wasn't going to do as well as Sonic Mania, because let's be real, Sonic Mania was, right off the bat, was going to do amazing. Because, like, to be fair, like, Sonic games don't often do throwbacks to previous games, unlike Mario does. Mario and Kirby. So, having a game in which just throwback central, like, is more mesmerizing than well, it's more mesmerizing than what the Mario series has done, and the Kirby series. Oh, never mind. Oh, just for the record, I'm not going to be bothering with the blue spheres, either. Just because there really is no need. Plus, I've gotten every medal. Not every gold medal, but still. Darn it. Alright, here we go. First boss. And the Stuff of Nightmares. I've mentioned in the last Sonic Mania stream I did with Daniel. Death Egg Robot is the reason why I've never beaten Sonic 2. But thankfully, this one is much easier. And I'll be honest, like, I think that the Death Egg Robot is a really terrible boss in Sonic 2. Because, never mind the fact that you don't have rings, its hitbox is pretty damn strict. Either way. I managed to beat Sonic 1 recently, for the first time. I was quite proud of that. Because I think I mentioned it during the Sonic Mania stream. The last one. I've never beaten any other 2D Sonic games with the exception of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Still haven't beaten Sonic 2, but I have finally beaten Sonic 1 for the first time. And I was really shocked because I didn't just beat it, I dominated it. Like, I only died twice and I beat the final boss on my first try. So needless to say, kind of shocked. Alright, I think this is the right way to the... Yep, here we go. I've memorized a good chunk of the, well, maybe not a good chunk, but I've memorized almost at least 9 different giant ring locations. But whether I actually get to them is a different story, because I might forget where they go, well, where they are, or yeah, I'm not really sure how else to put it. I may know where they are, but I might not be able to get to them, and there's the matter of actually beating them. But unlike other games where I don't practice before I play them, this one I have practiced because I was playing it. It was either yesterday or the day before. I was trying to beat the game 100% as Sonic since I've already done it as Tails and Knuckles. Yeah. One thing I really like about Sonic Mania is that it's picked a lot of levels that I really like from the series. Like, it's picked my favorite level from Sonic 1 and my favorite level from Sonic 2. But I think my opinion on either of those is mostly because of Sonic Generations, another game I'll be streaming later down the road. Because the main problem was that I couldn't stream games in full screen mode. Sorry, slight tickle. I've got that, for the most part, sussed out, but it's still in full screen mode, so I have to use my phone for the chat, which, I don't know, hopefully I can get that sorted out, because apparently it doesn't show the chat that I want to see, so like, it just shows my end, it doesn't show anyone else's, which kind of eliminated the entire point of using the phone. But I don't know, I'll figure something out. I might invest in a small cheap laptop just to use for the chat. Yeah, great. Also, one thing you'll know about me right off the bat when it comes to these games, I'm very paranoid on crush death. Not so much as drowning, honestly. Yeah, I can't remember how often it's happened, but I'm remembering... Well, I remember that in a few different Sonic games, like, I would always get, like, a case of bad hitbox detection when it comes to getting crushed. But there was even one time where I got crushed death by an item box. I think it was a 1-up, actually, which was pretty ironic, getting killed by a life box. Alright. Next boss. So, unlike the previous stream I did with Daniel, I won't be... Well, neither of us will be well, I'm on my own, but I won't be fumbling around as much since, well, to be fair, that was blind. This is like my 20th time playing this game. I even bought the damn game for the Switch. Oh, to be fair, I bought that mostly for my little brother who wants to play it, and I'll be honest, since my PC is mostly meant for working on my comics and whatnot, really didn't want to have him go on there and damage something. Although he still hasn't played it, so... Ugh. Again, I bought Sonic Mania like 4 times. Like, one for me for the PC, one for my brother Mac the Minion, one for Daniel, and one for the Switch for my little brother. Another thing I'd like to say, like, the music artist for this, T. Lopes, he does an amazing job. Like, the music in this game is stunning. Like, perfectly replicates, like, the Mega Drive style of games, but doesn't restrict itself. It's like, that's kind of what I like about when music, it's like, it tries to act like it, but doesn't purposely restrict itself. That's kind of one of the reasons why I like Shovel Knight's music so much. Other than the fact that Shovel Knight is a freaking fantastic game to begin with. Going up. Yeah, I think the bouncing goop is actually a reference to Sonic CD, because the one thing me and Daniel noticed when we were playing this game for the first time is how often it replicated, like, other gimmicks from other levels. No. Oh, there we go. Alright, something to show off, actually. The bubble shield actually makes you immune to this blue liquid where it would hurt you originally. That's why I wanted to grab it. That's another thing I actually like as well, how the elemental shields now have multiple effects. Like, the bubble shield makes you immune to the goop that hurts you, the fire shield burns wooden objects, and the magnet shield will attract you to magnetic areas. I really like that. I like when elemental properties have multiple effects. Alright, so I remember when me and Dan were playing this the first time, we actually like tried to tank our way up here and go up here. But it turns out we never noticed the pipe up here. So yeah, that was us being idiots. I'm willing to chalk up to just the fact that we were playing it for the first time, we just didn't notice. Alright. Time for the best boss in the entire game and what possibly had our best reaction in the blind stream. Time for some Mean Bean Machine. Even to this day, I still think this is the most baffling thing about Sonic Mania. I was gonna go there. Damn it. That takes care of that. So... Alright, double. Yeah, if me and Dan ever play this again, I'm definitely making him play this, because he loves Mean Bean Machine. Let's try something a little daring. See if I can get a double blue. Double red. Get rid of that. It's probably not going to end well. Because, like, when you try to be daring in Mean Bean Machine, it comes back to bite you in the backside. And that was a waste. Alright, now I've just got to get rid of this. Oh, no, never mind. See, I never pay attention to the enemy side. Alright, well that's Act 2. Yeah, any versus puzzle games like that, you know, Tetris, Dr. Mario, I never pay attention to the opponent's side because I'm too focused on my side. Anyway, time for Studiopolis Zone. I have to say, I love this music. I'm probably going to keep saying that throughout the entire thing. But like, when I was doing the blind stream with Daniel, we couldn't have headphones. So like that's why the audio was a bit screwed, because we had to have the game audio quiet so it didn't interfere with our voices. So like we never really got the opportunity to listen to the really good music. Oh, I see that. I might at a later date sorry. I'm gonna play the original Sonic trilogy at one point. But I think for Sonic 2's case, like, here's the thing though, like, I know that it's a really good game, but I still don't like it. So, I think what I might do for that one is, do Knuckles in Sonic 2 instead. Like, just play the game as Knuckles. So that's something I don't see often, but at the same time, I don't really look often. Oh, damn it. Can I get back down? Nah, there goes my chance for a giant ring. Oh, didn't see him. That sucks. Oh well. Right, time for the first member of the Hard-Boiled Heavies. Patrol Heavy, I think. Or Heavy Patrol. One of the two. Yeah, I really like these, I really like these guys. Like, these guys have more personality than... in them... Sorry. These guys have more personality than the Deadly Six. Like, I really want the Hard-Boiled Heavies to return in future Sonic games. Because I think they're really cool. And it's a really interesting concept, because Egg Robos were just these generic bots, and then all of a sudden, like, you get these 5 really cool ones that act as bosses and have their own unique gimmicks, rather than just, like the bunch of Egg Robots in Sky Century Zone, and the one that would replace Eggman whenever you're playing as Knuckles. Alright, so bad, good, bad. Alright, he's got one more hit left. I'm really bummed out that I couldn't get that giant ring, but... oh well. To be fair, nothing happens if you beat the game as Tails with all Chaos Emeralds, which I think kind of sucks. If you have time, however, I might show off something a little interesting. Like what happens when you get all Chaos Emeralds. I'm sure a lot of people know of it, but we never showed it off in the previous stream because we were at the 4-hour limit, and I don't know, we just didn't really feel like going to get the rest of the Chaos Emeralds. We only got 4 out of 7 first time. I will say though, I'm not keen on this track compared to Act 1's one, but this is still really good. Damn it. Oh. Get away, get away. Just fly. So, for those that might be wondering, like, oh, fuck. Why did I let myself get hit by that thing? Okay, for those wondering, like, why am I doing Tails and Knuckles and not the more popular Knuckles and Knuckles? Honestly, I've seen the Knuckles and Knuckles thing a bit too often, and I'd rather just play as my favourite character, Tails. Alright, I forgot that hurts you. Alright, should we come up a giant ring? There's one. Alright, hopefully I don't screw up on these, because, well, it's painful to screw up on them. And to be fair, like, when I've been playing this game on my own, I've hardly messed up on these. One thing I'm also kind of thankful for is that it's not a case of if it gets too far, you lose. It's like, you can go for as long as you want, provided you've got the rings for it. Ah, darn it. Oh. About 30 seconds. I kind of wish the amount of rings you brought with you to the special stage actually carries out. Like, if you had 100 rings when going in, you have 100 seconds on a timer. But I can kind of understand why. It's like, that would be a bit broken. But it would also, like, be a good reward for high skill gameplay. Alright, come here, you. And that makes 3. Alright, so we got 3 of them. We seem to be doing like 1 giant ring per stage, so not bad if I say so myself. There's 12 stages total. Genesis. I kind of wish that in the European version they called it Mega Drive. Because for those that don't know, that's what the Genesis is called in Europe. It's called the Mega Drive. Not gonna make a debate on which is better, because I'll be honest, both sound good in there, in my opinion. But I'm more used to saying Mega Drive because, well, I grew up with that name. Look at Knuckles go. Spin me right round like a record. Yeah, sorry. I went to grab a drink and I didn't realise I stopped. I think I'm not far from another ring, though I'm not entirely sure. Just get to the ground and be careful. I'll take that, thank you. So it might be up here. One thing I'll definitely give him a credit to Sonic Mania, like, much like the classic Sonic games, how it rewards you for exploring, and there are so many ways to get to the exit. It is a case of like bottlenecking at the end, but still. Like, I still think that's really good. Because like you can play this game as many times as you can, and then you just suddenly find a different way to get to the exit that's even more fun and more rewarding. Alright, boss time. Now, this boss is broken if you have tails. Sigman's supposed to be like too high for you to reach, but tails can fly. And there we go. And that's that. Breaking. Flying battery returns. This one was honestly one of the most popular stages in the Sonic series because of the music, I believe. I mean, I'm not complaining. I really like this level as well. Mind you, a lot of these levels I really like because even if they're based off of levels I don't like, they're still really good. And I think the funniest part is the fact that Sonic Mania's main development team, or at least the majority of them, were all fans. Uh-oh. Okay, good. And like, not just people who like grew up with it, but people who are experts at making Sonic fan games or Sonic mods. And I don't know, like, compared to this and then seeing Sonic Forces, which was an official Sonic game, as opposed to Mania being a fan Sonic game, I don't want to say anything bad about Sega, because I understand that making games and running a company isn't easy, but it just kind of makes you think that, can you really trust Sega to make good Sonic games anymore? I mean, this is also coming from someone who genuinely enjoys the 3D Sonic games more, but like, with Sonic Lost World, like, I really hated that game, because I thought, like, the boost formula style of gameplay was perfect. I thought it was, like, the perfect definition for a 3D Sonic game. And I thought that was just going to be the norm from here on out, but then Sonic Lost World came and disappointed me, and while Sonic Forces went back to the style, I don't hate the game. But it's definitely nowhere near as good as Generations. Like, if you're playing that game, you're just playing it for the avatar. Which, to be fair, that's what I did. Sorry. I tried to get an S rank on all stages where you play as the avatar, but I just ended up getting tired of it. I'm also like kind of hoping that there might be like DLC or an update later down the road that lets you have more animals to pick from. Because the Shadow DLC is nice, but it's only 3 levels, so... Enough of this one. Which, to be fair, I couldn't have been the only one who thought this one was going to shoot giant lasers. To be fair, I think that is, like, the exact... Or at least, it's based off of the laser from Flying Battery Zone. Next stage. Oh boy. Alright. Easy does it. And there we go. This is why I like playing as Tails. It just breaks the game in certain places. It's like, oh, you got a problem? Just fly. No need for skill. Just fly. But to be fair, like, the game at least rewards you for, like, breaking... It's like breaking out in the norm just by flying. I think it's excellent level design. Here's the thing I like. I'm more of a fan of 3D Sonic games, and that will stay true. And I really do hope that actually, something that was mentioned during a Sonic Forces review that Sega should try to hire people who who've done like so much work for the 3D Sonic games, like mods and that, and like pretty much have a fan group for them as well, like Mania did. Which, to be fair, I wouldn't be against. I'd be down with another, like, Sonic Adventure-styled game. I think they're brilliant. Although I will admit that 90% of my 500 hours on Sonic Adventure 2 was just for the Chow Garden. And absolute zero regrets, because that was a lot of fun. I still have my original 2 Chows from when I first played the game back in 2002. I still have them. It's really cool. Atom and Edge, they're called. Just fly, and there we go. Oh, okay. I do like the idea that you go outside the Wing Fortress. Sorry, the Flying Battery. And it acts like Wing Fortress, so... Which, to be fair, is a level I really hated, so... Hey, good job of making something I don't hate. Anyway, now for the next giant ring. Here it goes. Alley-oop. Alright, gonna make a stupid jump here. Done it. To be fair, it's only a stupid jump if you fail it. Go. Alright, shouldn't be too much longer now. Oh, by the way, any boxes that have rings or blue sphere power-ups, they disappear completely. So don't think you can rely on jumping them constantly for the sake of shortcuts. Maximum speed. Come here, you. Woo! Got ya! One thing I also really like, I don't think I realized this when we were doing the blind stream back in September, but I never noticed that the backgrounds for those special stages are the same ones from Sonic 1's special stages. It's like I definitely recognize the trippy fish. Yeah, so speaking of which, I ended up getting Sonic 1 for the 3DS. So I thought to myself, it's a 2D Sonic game I still enjoy despite only beating it once. And I also thought to myself, that version also has save states and it's good for like just a quick I don't know, a quick 5-minute break or something. And to be fair, using those save states is probably the only way I'm going to be able to beat the game with all 6 Chaos Emeralds. So let's be real, those special stages are annoying. Why'd I go that way? I could have sworn I pressed left. Oh. don't think I've been this way, actually. Hopefully I find another giant ring. That'd be awesome. Uh-oh. Because so far, it has been like one Chaos Emerald per stage. Also, one thing I really want to see at some point are the full-blown maps for all these stages. Because compared to Mario stages, like, they're gigantic. And I'm really curious on, like, just how big of a stage it really is. Alright. Wait, did that not hit? Oh, great, I clipped through it. Yeah, there we go. I think Knuckles is screwing me up here. Alright. Climb up you. There we go. Yeah, in order to knock him into the spikes, you need to do it at the highest, when he's at his highest. Other than that, he's not a hard boss. He can't even hurt you unless it's those lasers. There we go. Oh, missed. There we go. Damn it, missed again. Uh-oh. There we go. Shit! You know, that wouldn't be the first time that's happened. 240 rings and I lost all of them. Alright, this stage. This is one of the more comical ones for me, anyway. Because when me and Daniel were doing this, we thought this was the obligatory water stage because the tilings, to me anyway, well to us, looked like Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 1. And those streams there, we actually thought that was water. But like after a quick look, we realized it was newspapers. So yeah, kind of funny. I will admit though, like the idea of like a newspaper factory for being a Sonic stage is definitely an odd one. But I do like how it I do like how it uses gimmicks from Launch Base Zone from Sonic 3. Yeah, that's something I mentioned previously, how stages take gimmicks from other stages. So, for example, Chemical Plant had elements from Wacky Workbench, Flying Batch had elements from Wing Fortress. This one has elements of Launch Base Zone. Studiopolis, I'm not sure, other than being like the obligatory semi-casino stage that some Sonic games have. Also 2 and 3 now that I think about it. I don't think the Advanced series had it. Oh. Alright, let's see what's up here. Hopefully a ring. Sorry, I got curious there. Oh, that's that thing that was... Alright, so I guess we go up here. I've never been this way before, so... Okay, now we're back into familiar territory. Oh, nearly. Oh. Ah, darn it. You know, think about it. I don't think I know where Special Ring is in this stage. Oh, stuck in a loop. There we go. Alright, now for this boss, which I find kind of annoying. Hey, Knuckles, you can hit him, you know. Alright, it's the orange ones, not the grey ones, sorry. Alright, just tank it. Sometimes it's quicker to beat a boss just by taking a hit and then just tanking it. Alright, now for Press Card in Act 2, which is very surreal. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting this from like a newspaper print themed level, just like a snowy Japanese styled field, I suppose, garden. Well, I suppose to be fair, it's called Press Garden for a reason. Still, I really like it still. I think it's very nice. Oh boy. Oh, going down. I am curious though, like, if the whole idea of like the characters being frozen was a reference to Ice Cap Zone in Sonic 3. That's what it feels like to me. Like, the only difference is that being frozen in Ice Cap Zone like damages you. But in this case, it's meant to like clear certain obstacles. It needs to be frozen for that. So just go through here. What's down at the bottom? Why is it playing the invincibility theme? Wait, where do I go from? Oh, right. Right. And now for the boss that actually gave us our first game over. Heavy Shinobi. Ah, damn it. Oh, don't need that. Oh, there we go. And I think I've done 4 hits so far. Never mind. Alright, that's that one taken care of. But yeah, that one caused our first game over. To be fair, like, that was a legitimately tough fight. Like, if you don't know how to damage him, he can take a long time. Especially if you don't know that you can destroy those stars once they hit the ground. Alright, Stardust Speedway. I've only ever played Sonic CD, like, once, and I didn't get all the time stones, so it wasn't a 100% run. I was just playing the game casually. Because to be fair, I didn't quite get it. I don't know if I'll ever play the game again. Like, it was alright, but I don't know, it just didn't strike me as interesting. Like, I beat that one, so. And keep in mind that me beating 2D Sonic games is rare. But now I think about it, Sonic 3D Flicky's Island. That was actually the first 2D Sonic game I finished with getting all Chaos Emeralds on the first run. Like, that game of all games to like get 100% on the first run, it was 3D Flicky's Island. To be fair, I don't think the game is terrible, just not very good. But there are better Sonic games, obviously. Yeah, like, but during the time, like Sonic 1 and 2, I've never beaten. I'd never beaten, and with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I would always like end up getting the Chaos Emeralds in the second run. In fact, I would often do like the level 1 trick with getting all the Chaos Emeralds, where after you beat the game, you just keep replaying the first stage to get all the Chaos Emeralds and Super Emeralds. To be fair, not the worst thing to do. Darn it. Damn it. Oh, just go. Yeah, now I think about it, I don't know about any of the big rings in this stage is either. Alright. Next boss. I have to say though, all the bosses so far have been really creative. Or at least very good twists to previous bosses. It's like the Death Egg Robot being the first boss. That was a pretty good twist. I can also respect the fact that it's easier. And I'm actually wondering though, are you actually able to hit the Death Egg Robot on the head in Sonic 2? Assuming you can jump that high? Who knows? Alright, that's that one taken care of. Yeah, we're on stage 6 now, and we haven't, sorry. We're on stage 6 now, and we're only an hour in. So to be fair, I think the reason it took us 4 hours to beat it first time is because we were playing it for the first time. We didn't know what to do. So, like, I think, if I beat the game quick enough, I might have to just go to Bubsy straight after. So I'll be honest, I thought, this was going to take the whole session, but cruising through. But that's kind of what happens when you practice. When you practice a game religiously, like Sonic Mania. Being honest though, I don't know if it stands up to Sonic 3 Knuckles, from my perspective anyway. Because, like, with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like, that was just, like, its own thing at the time, and I remember, like, scraping tooth and nail to get all the Chaos symbols of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. And, like, just seeing all of the unique secrets. Whereas this one, like, this is definitely an homage to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, well, every 2D Sonic game, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles mostly because of the way it plays. Because let's be real, Sonic 3 and Knuckles was the best of the trilogy. Like, hands down. Although, there might be some people that say that Sonic 2 is better. I can easily disagree with that, but I still respect their opinion. For the most part, I really don't like Sonic 2. Yeah, still in the giant ring. We're at the boss now. And now for the boss I should have seen coming when I played this game for the first time, but didn't. Metal Sonic. Especially since this is the stage you fight Metal Sonic in Sonic CD. Alright, next phase. This one's a bit on the RNG heavy side. So what you have to do is, you have to hit these little Sonic robots while they're doing the spin dash. The only problem is that it depends on when... Oh, nice one, Knuckles. It depends on when it depends on when they do the spin dash, because you need to wait for them to do it. So it can be a bit RNG heavy, which I imagine is a bit of a nightmare for speedrunners. Speaking of which, I haven't seen the speedrun for this game yet. I ought to. I'm not the biggest fan of speedrunners, but like if they're glitchless skill-based speedruns, then I'm more interested in them. Damn it. Or like speedruns of RPGs, because I'm always curious on how they can beat a tremendously long game in just such a short amount of time. Like, I saw the Paper Mario the 1000-Year Door speedrun go to about 4 hours. Darn it. And for the life of me, I'll never understand how Kid Me was able to beat the game in 6 hours. I remember when Game Grumps or it was either something to do with Game Grumps or the Runaway Guys, but I remember a point where I was saying like Paper Mario the 1000-Year Door wouldn't be a bad idea for them to do it because it's like a 5-hour game, and the majority of the responses was either calling me a liar or saying that I was joking about the idea that it was a 5-hour game. Then when I played the game again and it took me like 8 hours to get through chapters 1 and 2. I'm like, how the hell did Kid Me beat this game in 6 hours? I must have just been, darn it, skipping everything. You know, taking all the shortcuts and everything. Because I did not do a single glitch, because I never knew about any of them. Although I did, although the speedrun did abuse the some really major glitches, like not any I'd replicate myself unless if I was really curious if it was like for a special event. But yeah, darn it. Oh, he's down. And to be fair, I only care about at least keeping one ring. Alright, next level, Hydro City. And honestly, my favorite water level in the Sonic series, at least the classic ones anyway. Labyrinth Zone I like, but it is a bit boring. And the boss is kind of crappy. Easy does it. Because I do not want to lose his bubble shield. Protect it and it'll protect you. Can I just... I think I can just fly? No, it's blocked. It's blocked us. I need to use the bubble. Oh, oops. It's weird that I need a bubble when I've got a bubble shield. Oh, I didn't need to. I could have just sprung up there. Now, I do remember where one big ring is, but I don't remember where any others are. Because, like, the big ring in this stage is in the same place it was in Sonic 3. So, hey, any veterans of those games would definitely have an easier time with this stage. Then again, this was a game that was meant for old school Sonic fans. And like I said before, I prefer the 3D Sonic games because like I grew up with the 2D Sonic games as much as anyone else. But there was a point like with all the 2D Sonic games, I've never been able to beat them. And my Mega Drive broke. So I could never play any 2D Sonic games again, and I never played one until the GameCube, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. So yeah. There we go. So yeah, so like I never beat Sonic 3 until Sonic Mega Collection. So in a way, that's kind of why I'm more into the 3D Sonic games, because I had a better experience with the 3D Sonic games, whereas, damn it, with the 2D ones, I've never been able to beat them until teenhood. And even then, it was just one of them. Well, two if you count 3D Flicky's Island. And I just had more fun on Sonic Adventure 2 and 1. Well, Heroes I kind of enjoyed, but I never finished that one. I did beat the final boss, but that was on someone else's file. And then there was Shadow the Hedgehog, which I like a lot more than I probably should. So I'll be honest, I just have some really good memories with that game. Then there was Sonic 06, which I'll actually be real. I honestly thought that Sonic 06 was really good. But I did have a few good reasons for that. Like, first off, I was in the mentality of like, the more realistic a game was, the better it was. So yeah, bit of a bad mentality. But I also really liked how Eggman looked in the 2006 design. I thought he looked really cool. Alright, now for the funniest boss. Yeah, me and Dad had a really good laugh of this one. Alright, but yeah, and with Sonic 06, I never really encountered any glitches with the game, and I never really found it to be bad, or I never found anything wrong with it. It's like, until I saw it from another person's perspective. Because my perspective in games is kind of strange. Like, I'm never really sure how good or bad a game is until I see someone else or hear someone else talk about it. Yeah, like, that was the same with Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, I never thought it was a bad game until I saw some reviews and they said why it was bad. And to be fair, I get why, but I still enjoy the game. And with Sonic 06, like, I managed to beat the game as Sonic, but not as Shadow or Silver. And ended up losing the copy. Can't remember what happened to it. But yeah. Yeah, as I've said, I just had a better experience with 3D games, like, because when it comes to other 2D Sonic games like the Advanced series, like, I could never beat him 100%. Like, I would always beat him as one character, and that was it. Like, Sonic Advance 1, I beat it as Tails and Amy. Yes, I know. And with Sonic Advance 2, I beat it as Tails and Cream. Sonic Advance 3, I don't think I've ever beaten. I fought the final boss when you don't get all the Chaos Symbols, but I think that was someone else's file. I think 3 was honestly my favorite because I liked the team-up system. It's like I thought it was a genuinely cool thing. Especially since that each combination led to its own unique abilities. Alright, is this... Nope, this isn't it, but I'll take this ring box. How many ring Chaos Symbols am I at? I think about 4? Maybe 3? No, I think about 4. So now I've got 1 in Green Hill, 1 in Chemical Plants, I got 1 in Studiopolis, and 1 in Flying Battery, so yeah, 4. And if I get the 1 in Hydra City, that'll be my 5th one. Because that's how maths works. Don't think I've skipped it. No, I'm going the right way. And through here, there we go. Time for the 5th Chaos Emerald. And hopefully I don't start screwing up, because I really like to get them all on my first try. So I'll be honest, it's not common for me to like beat a 2D Sonic game and then get all the Chaos Emeralds on the first run. Like, it's normally the second run. I managed to do it on my first run recently when I was replaying the game as Sonic. Ooh. Oh, one other thing I should point out, there are no invincibility frames. Ah, darn it, missed. So, like, if you smack into one obstacle that makes you lose your rings and smack into another one, you'll lose your rings, like, stupid quickly, so be very careful. Then again, as a Sonic game, which is mostly known about its high speed, it's kind of a given to have really quick reflexes. Alright, come on. Got ya. Alright, that's 5. Yeah, really shows how far I've come since September 2017 when me and Dan did the blind stream. Alright. So I think we're heading towards the boss now, and I really hope I don't lose this bubble. just in case. Plus, I quite like these anyway. Not super helpful, but they're... Sorry. They're not super helpful, but they're a welcome addition. And that's what happens when you take your hand off the joystick to take... Sorry, the D-pad to take a drink of water. Shit. And I don't think there's another one around nearby. Great. Oh, to be fair, I've beaten this boss without a bubble shield, but it's still irritating. Oh no, there's one. I'll gladly take that. Alright, I'm gonna try and build up some speed again. That felt a little fixed, don't you think? The way and how it just built up extra speed like that. Oh, anyway, next boss, and honestly one of my favourites. I just like the appeal of this one. Oh, that's right, Knuckles doesn't have a bubble shield, so he's gonna drown. That's another bomb. Also, I'm not sure, but those bombs actually kind of look like the ones in Death Egg Zone in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. At least that's what they remind me of. Well, there weren't any bombs in Death Egg Zone in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but those things you would bounce on in the 0G areas. Oh, another reason why I really like this boss is the fact that it's actually the Act 1 Hydra City boss, and like the first one was the Act 2 boss, and they just swapped them around, which I thought was kind of cool. And it looks like Knuckles is about to drown. Yep, and he's out of here. But don't worry, he's got tail syndrome. He'll come back soon. And there he is. Check it out, get down. All right. Darn it. Gonna need to be quick on this. There we go. Mirage Saloon Zone. Bye, Knuckles. Oh yeah. This one I believe is called Heavy Magician. A bit of an odd thing I've learned about Heavy Magician recently, like in the trivias. Apparently Heavy Magician is female. Yeah, that's something I don't really get, like... Well, I guess it's mostly because, like, it's a robot, it doesn't have a gender. Or at least, why should it have a classification of a gender when it looks like every other robot? Like, it doesn't look female, but apparently it is. I don't know, it's kind of like the Mangle case in Five Nights at Freddy's, how there was a lot of debate on whether or not Mangle was a male or female, and Scott Cawthon pretty much kind of screwed with them by saying that his answer, if whether or not it was male or female, was yes. And in FNAF World, the intermission screens that show the characters, Mangle had two. One that said because he needed to be weirder, and one that said because she needed to be weirder. It's like, just to screw with them. Which, to be fair, that's like the best thing you could do with a debate like that, is just have fun. Oh crap. Oh, at least I didn't lose my bubble. Well, at least I didn't lose my rings. Anyway, I am so jealous of Eggman's egg train, because that looks awesome. Also, this stage reminds me a hell of a lot of Bubsy. It's like there was the desert level in Bubsy where we had to go on a train and then into the desert. Anyway. Next Chaos Emerald, and this one is number 6. So if my theory is correct, if we don't screw this one up, which I'm hoping I'm not, I should be able to get the Chaos Emerald in this stage and the last Chaos Emerald in Lava Reef. That's assuming I don't screw up at all. Which, now that I've said that, brace yourselves. Thought I was going to drop there. Oop. Alright, 50 rings, that's more than enough to finish the thing, no problem. Oh, that was because I thought I was going to hit that. Alright, come on. Come on. Just a little further, just a little further. Got it. Alright, that's 6 Chaos Emeralds. If... I don't know where there's a big ring in the next stage. Actually, I think I know where there's one. But I don't know if I know the way to it. But if I grab that, then I'll have all 7. But I know where one is in the stage after. Now, there's no point in getting all the Chaos Emeralds if you're playing as Tails. Probably the same applies if you're playing as Knuckles as well. Because there's no major reward apart from bragging rights, really. Alright, time for the boss. Alright, coming in from the right. Coming from the left. Oh, whoops. And there we go. And I thought what was possibly my biggest surprise in the series when I was playing this for the first time. Bean Dynamite. Yeah, first time playing that, Bark the Polar Bear showed up, and that honestly took me by surprise, because I wasn't expecting them. Hey, Knuckles. Because, to be fair, they've only been in one game, Sonic the Fighters. Well, except for Knack the Weasel, he was in a Game Gear Sonic game called Sonic Chaos 2. Can I push this? Alright, so that was just a ring boss. I guess that was also supposed to teach you about pushing barrels for secrets. Why didn't that bounce there? There we go. Thanks, gun. Darn it. Alright, I don't know I'm that far from the boss. I remember this act being kind of short. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Man, these things are relentless. Oh. Oh well. It sucks to get hit, but I think it only sucks to get hit more if you have all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Alright, time to fight against Heavy Magician. Alright, and the first one is playing as Knack the Weasel. Yeah, it's not the actual, like, bad trio from Sonic Fighters, it's the Heavy Magician taking on their forms. By the way, it is actually possible to hit him twice in those bits, but you have to be, like, stupidly quick. Alright. Alright, last hit. And there we go, that's that. Show's over. See ya, Knuckles. Alright, now for a stage I really like and really don't like at the same time. Oil Ocean Zone. For me, well, like, any stage from Sonic 2 I don't like besides Chemical Plant, but I think that was because of Sonic Generations that I like Chemical Plant Zone. But I will admit, this is, like... Well, like, it was made better in this game, that's for sure. For a few reasons. First off, I think the level design is better and it's a bit more fun. But also the fact that they let you have a fire shield in Oil Ocean, and I just noticed that giant ring there. Alright, so... Let me hazard a guess on how to get to there. Alright, let's see if I can get the last Chaos Emerald in this stage. If I can't get it in this stage, I at least know that I have another chance in Lava Reef Zone. Oop. Oh, get a bit nervous now, actually. I'm not doing bad, I don't want to screw up after when I've done, like, so well for every single other special stage. Is this going to be it? All 7, not a single fail. Fan-flippin-tastic. Now Tails can be Super Tails. Honestly, something I wasn't expecting. Because, like, in the previous Sonic games... Well, like, in Sonic 3 and Knuckles... in previous Sonic games, only Sonic and Knuckles ever had the super forms. Tails didn't. And the only way he got a super form was through Sonic 3 and Knuckles with the Super Emeralds. But no, sure enough, they gave him a super form with just all 7 Chaos Emeralds. not gonna lie though, I was really hoping for, like, Super Emeralds to be in this game, like, just for another throwback. Alright, I'm not gonna transform yet. I want to wait until I have more rings and possibly lose my shield. So I only really transform if I have plenty of rings and lose my shield, so... However, if I lose my shield, then I'll transform immediately. Also, one thing I'm really glad about is the fact that that the transformation is on a different button and it's not just tapping the jump button twice. Because, like, with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like, you're transformed by pressing the jump button twice. And, hang on, Super Tails. Yeah, and with that, like, Tails could transform upon flying. Now, unlike Sonic, and I believe Knuckles as well, I don't remember, they can't transform when they've got a shield, but Tails can. At least in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That's why I like that the super form is mapped to a different button, because it makes it easier. You transform when you want to transform. I'll take that. Because, let's be real, a fire shield in Oil Ocean is way more fun than it should be. Some people just want to watch the world burn, and I am one of them. Alright, anyway. Oil Ocean Act 2 now. So, now that I have all 7 Chaos Emeralds, this should go quicker, because now I can just blast through the stages, like, once I transform. But one thing I kind of like is the gimmick in Act 2, how you have these switches here to get rid of the smog. Or whatever it is. The smog, I suppose? Maybe smoke? But yeah, like, if you let that go in too deep, you start losing your rings. Like, it starts draining your rings. And it has these switches like in Sandopolis Zone. Oh, I was supposed to go the other way. Yeah, Sandopolis Zone is another stage that I quite like. A bit bummed out it didn't make an appearance here, but I can kind of guess why. Because not many people liked it, but... That's kind of my one complaint about Sonic Mania, is that it didn't use every level I liked. Because to be fair, there's a lot of levels in Sonic 3 Knuckles that I really enjoy, and that's in some cases why I like Sonic 3 Knuckles a bit more, because it has more stages I like. But my absolute biggest complaint about this game is the fact that there aren't enough original levels. Like, don't get me wrong, like the remakes of the levels are designed very nicely, and they're a lot more fun. Like, I'd rather play like these versions rather than their previous versions. But at the same time, I would have liked more original stages, or at least have it an even 50-50. Because, like, there are only 4 original stages, like, the rest are repeats. Oh, there's another giant ring. Yeah, I don't think the smog will deplete my rings while I'm super. Like, they won't deplete them quicker. But I'm not willing to take that chance. Like, I'm going to try and get rid of it as often as I can. I'll take that. Yeah, we're an hour and 20 minutes in. I legitimately thought this was going to take the whole 4 hours. Because to be fair, that's how long it took us to beat it the first time, but I guess it just goes to show how short Sonic Mania really is. Well, to be fair, we also played a lot of the Blue Sphere stages, because we did. Well, to be fair, I think I played most of them, because anytime Dan got to them, he just gave me the controls, because I was a lot better at it than he was. Which, to be fair, that's another one of the reasons why I really like Sonic 3 Knuckles, is because its special stages to get the Chaos Emeralds was, to me, the easiest. And out from my group of friends and families who used to play this game a lot, I was the only one that was good at it. Alright. One thing I'm really bummed out about with Super Tails is the fact that he doesn't have the flickies from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And honestly, I don't know why. Like, aside from the only thing I can think of is that because now there's 7 Chaos Emeralds to get it and not 14. And the fact on how overpowered it was to begin with, I'm assuming they just removed it because now that it's easier, it might be a bit too broken. If that's the case, then yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Still a little bummed out by it, though. But yeah, to be fair, Super Tails was much harder to get in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so kinda makes sense. Still would have liked them, though. Alright, now for Lava Zone, like my favourite stage in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, I was giddy as anything when I found out this was in the game. I think that's kind of one of the reasons like why I really enjoyed the Sonic Mania stream I did with Daniel, because it was a game based off of a series of games that we used to play a lot when we were kids. Like, Daniel has a much higher opinion on classic Sonic games than I do, and as he should. Like, I've mostly had bad experiences, but like with Sonic 3 Knuckles and Mania, like, these are my 2D Sonic games. Like, I won't play any others. Well, unless it's like for a stream or something, because I'm definitely interested in giving the entire Sonic trilogy a try. To be fair, I could, like, once I beat this, just start the trilogy and see how I do from there, but at the same time, I don't have the emulators ready. I know they're available on Steam, but I'm not buying them again. Like, I own them all in the Mega Collection, so I have every right to use an emulator. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is, because this is taking nowhere nearly as long as I thought it was going to take, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch games to Bubsy after when I've beaten it. But I will at least show off something that you can only do as Sonic with all 7 Chaos Emeralds under a different condition. If you know what I'm talking about, then good for you, but if you don't, you're in for a treat. Anyway. Also, super form with a magnet bubble makes it even more broken. And I also really love the super music that plays, because let's be real, like, Super Sonic's theme in Sonic 3 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, they were bad. Like, they were just the invincibility theme, and just hearing those like 5-second loops on repeat for so long drove you nuts. So that's one thing I'll definitely give Sonic Mania for. I don't need no checkpoint. Probably gonna regret that in like 5 seconds. Nah. I was gonna get the fire shield, but with the magnet bubble, I'll be safer. Well, I can get more rings that way. Can't hurt it yet. Now we can hurt it. But yeah, this is what happens when you have a super form. It just breaks the game. Which, to be fair, that was a pretty fair reward, because getting the Chaos Stone was never easy. I'll pass. Yeah, thinking about how quickly I've been doing this, because one of my plans was that the moment, or at least as soon as I can, like, the Mighty and Ray DLC comes out, I was going to dedicate, like, 3 different Sonic Mania streams. One where I play for the game as Mighty, one where I play for the game as Ray, and then the supposed New Game Plus that happens. I don't know the details, but apparently, like, if you, play a completed file from the start, like, it changes. That's what I think. I'm not 100% certain. Now I'll go down. I think down's better anyway. Yeah, the original plan was to do 1 stream for Mighty, 1 stream for Ray, and 1 for the New Game Plus. But because of how quick it is, it's a safe assumption I can do both. I can do both modes, like, easily. There goes that life box, but I really don't need it. Nope. Transform. And that's why I went down, because I remembered about that giant ring up there. Yeah, I'm gonna continue from where I left off, so I don't think I finished, like... because I'm beating this, like, so quickly, it's a safe assumption I can do, like, the Mighty playthrough in, like, 2 hours, and the Ray playthrough in, like, 2 hours, and then do the New Game Plus as a separate stream altogether. But at the same time, I heard that they're going to be different from the norm, so who knows? I don't know. I'm not placing my bets on anything just yet. But one thing that's for certain is that I will play it as soon as I can. It's like, if it comes out on a weekend, then I'll be doing it immediately. To be fair, wouldn't be a bad idea to begin with, because well, hey, I'm not that fussed about spoilers for this series. At least not anymore. And I heard it's a pretty common practice to like for streaming games, to stream a game as it comes out, because you're likely going to attract more attention. At least, well, that's something I remember from, like, some bigger titles. But I honestly couldn't tell you otherwise. Plus, I remember that when I was playing Kirby Superstar, like, I was doing it because of the hype for Star Allies. And I managed to get, like, a small following, but, like, on one half it could be because of the small following because of the hype, or it could be that a lot of people just really like Kirby Superstar. Anyway, onto this guy. Heavy Knight, I think he's called, or Heavy Rider, one of the two. One thing I really like, that motorbug he's riding on, his name is Jimmy. It's kind of a sad story, actually. But the motorbug Jimmy was named after a modder who did a Sonic hack where you played as a motorbug instead of Sonic. And so, like, the game, so the character Jimmy was meant to reference him because he passed away. it's a shame, but I think it's a really good way to honor him. Like have a motorbug named after him. Anyway, second to last level, Metallic Madness from Sonic CD. I don't know if I say it's from Sonic CD in the blind stream, because it's been a while since I've rewatched it. In fact, I haven't been rewatching my streams a lot lately. Really, I've just been like, if there's any like really funny moments I remember, like I just look back and try to make that a highlight. I don't rewatch the streams to like sort of review myself anymore, because that was the original plan, like to see how I could improve. But like on one half, like I'm mostly just doing it for fun, and I'm just checking out the little bits, and I don't really think I need to watch. I don't really think I need to watch my own streams fully. Damn it! Tried to do a spin dash there, but I didn't hold on down long enough. What's up here? Come on. There we go. Ow, I want this first. But yeah, this stage here, I have a lot of trouble keeping a hold of my rings. Ooh, didn't even notice him. Oh, whoops. Alright, going down. I should probably change soon, but screw it. Bit of a shame we don't get to listen to the awesome background musics when I'm being super, but oh well. To be fair, the entire soundtrack is on YouTube, so you can just listen to it there, or just play the game yourself, which I highly recommend. Especially, even if you're not a fan of Sonic, like this is a really good game. The only problem is that you'll miss out on all the callbacks, because this game does a lot of callbacks to previous games. Like, this is definitely a game meant for long-time fans, but new people can still get a kick out of it. Alright, now for the boss that legitimately irritates me. The final boss in Sonic 1. Much like how in Green Hill Zone we had the Death Egg Robot, the final boss of Sonic 2, as the first boss. The final boss in the first game stars as an Act 1 boss in the second to last level. Yeah, I remember, like, I remember in Sonic 1, this was one of the most tense moments when I was playing the game, like, and beat it for the first time. Because, like, it's death by being crushed. And, I'll be real, getting crushed in this game really feels a lot more painful than it should. But thankfully, this boss is a bit merciful, so that it won't actually trap you and force into getting crushed. All right, where does that land? Nice. We're 1 hour and 40 minutes in, so yeah. I really don't like those bomb guys. I don't like the fact that they're invincible. But it doesn't really make any sense that they're invincible, because I'm pretty certain they weren't in Sonic 1. If they were, then my mistake. Alright, that's in the foreground. Whoops. Oh, no. And now I'm tiny. I'm actually the sprite of the continue thing, which I don't think they're in this game, actually. Which, to be fair, because this game actually saves your progress, unlike Sonic 1 and 2, you don't need them. Alright, back to normal size. Alright, tiny again. Hang on. Yeah, good idea. To be fair, if you're Tails, you can just say screw it to that. Ah, damn it. Alright, transform. Yeah, that's what I'm like. If I lose my shield, I'll transform immediately just to make sure I don't lose my rings. You know, before the transformation, because, like I said before, getting hit when you have all 7 Chaos Symbols hurts more than getting hit than when you don't. Alright. Time for the boss. I'm gonna try and break out all these eggs at once, since I'm, well, I can, I'm invincible. Alright, now to finish off Eggman. There we go, finished off. I like how you have to spin that again to dispense him. I don't know, I thought that was a really clever thing. And now, for the final level. Titanic Monarch. I'll be honest, possibly one of the most climactic levels in the Sonic series I've seen in a long time. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, almost hit those. Right, I remember this is the stage where me and Dan got our second game over. So in a way, that's kind of why we took 4 hours, because A, we were doing as many blue spheres. And we had 2 game overs, so we had to replay the stages we were stuck at. I think I got my game over on the first act, because I don't remember getting a game over on Act 2. Or at least I don't remember playing it. I don't remember playing Act 1 twice. Damn it! Oh well. Going up and down and all around. Going up. Alright, these guys. No problem. Oh. Don't mind if I do. Don't know what happened there, but oh well. No thanks. There really is no reason to get the basic shield unless you don't have a shield already. So that's literally the only reason you go for the barrier one, is if you're already bare. Well, speaking of which, if you get the magnet shield in this area, like those electric sparks, like they would originally hurt you, but oh, okay. But like, if you had a magnet shield, they would actually like lift you up and elevate you to the higher ground, to the higher areas. It was really cool. Oh yeah, this is where I got my game over. Daniel got us the first game over. This is where I got our second game over. And that's why I transformed, because A, I lost my shield, and B, I knew that was going to hurt me. I will admit though, it does feel really good to play a classic Sonic game again and be able to use Super Sonic, well, Super Tails in this case, in any way you want, and instead of just the final level. Grab that invincibility just in case. Would be kind of cool if invincibility boxes just turned into ring boxes if you were super. Would be a... Oh, no, I'm getting there just in case. Alright, now for this boss that really irritated Daniel. Not because of how tough it is, but because of how reckless I was when we only had one life left. It was like, I kept attacking this, kept getting hit, kept grabbing my ring. I was annoying him with how reckless I was being. Alright, that's that taken care of. Nope, alright. And now for the final level. I do like how Knuckles does the little laugh animation from Sonic 3. Alright, 4 areas to go. You need to go through all 4 of them to get to the final boss. Now, this one can actually take a long time to finish. Because, like, first time doing this, took us about 7 minutes. And keep in mind there's a 10-minute time limit. Ooh. Second, I thought Knuckles was going to screw me over there. Yeah, a bit of advice. If you're new to classic Sonic games and you're not sure about how well you'll do them, try playing the game as Tails for your first time, because he's essentially the easy mode. Because of his ability to fly and just skip obstacles, like, he can make him going through levels easier. But if you're up for a challenge, like, I'd highly recommend playing as Knuckles. In this mode, anyway. Well, and in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to go this way. There's one down. Yeah, I really love this music. It's one of my absolute favorites. And I also really love the boss music, because for the longest time, the major boss theme from Sonic 3 and Knuckles was my favourite in the classic Sonic series. But the standard boss theme from this one, Ruby Delusions is called, became my top favourite. again, it's also a case of like replicating the Genesis style, but not restricting yourself to limitations from that era. I should be getting around to transforming soon. At the same time, though, I kind of don't want to for this stage. Like, I want to try and beat the final boss without the super form. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm not going to transform. I'm going to beat Eggman legit. So it doesn't matter if I get hit. So to be fair, I have a hard time keeping my rings in this stage anyway. Alright, area 3. Damn it, didn't move forward. Up and around, up we go. Alright, just for people who are new to this game, which I imagine there aren't that many, but still. This is an area with another big ring. This is your last possible big ring you can get. I'm very certain it's the last one, unless there's one more I don't know about. Come on. Thank you. Well, there we go. Got hit, finally. Oh, like I said, I wasn't going to transform for the fight anyway, so getting hit doesn't matter. Come on. There we go. And the last area. Now, even if I don't fight Eggman with the super form, I don't think the fight's going to be as epic as it was when I was doing this for the first time. Because, like, I fought the final boss for the first time during the stream, obviously. And not only was it our last life, but we only had a handful of rings left. So it was a really epic battle because the stakes were so high. Like, if we'd have lost that fight, that would have been a game over. Like, if I'd have known to do highlights back then, I think that or the Mean Bean Machine reaction would have been the major highlight. Maybe both. So it would be the first time I've done more than one highlight for a stream. Which I've also decided, I mentioned this in a previous stream, but I'm not going to be doing highlights for a lot of big moments, just either surprisingly epic or really funny moments, which, to be fair, this one isn't having any right now. Like, the only highlight I see is that in Green Hill Zone when I got hit right before my shield activated. And with that, timer stopped. All 4 areas are cleared. Time to fight the final boss. And in his possession, the Phantom Ruby. He's gonna... Yeah, he has to drop the barrier for a moment in order to recharge, I suppose. That's your only chance to hit him. Because he's otherwise invincible. Anyway, it's impossible to avoid those, so you're better off just taking them as quick as you can. And in this, you have to refight the hard-boiled heavies once again, but this time upgraded. You can't destroy them. You can damage them, but you can't destroy them. Alright, 4 more hits. Now Heavy Shinobi. Now the safest place to be is here. Well, not quite, like... Move to the edges of each side. Move to the edge on the opposite side and you're safe. He can't touch you here. One more hit. Down for the count. And that's that. And that's that. That's Sonic Mania. Because I already played this game before, I didn't really feel the need to, like, explain a lot of things. At least compared to last time. Well, to be fair, we were playing it blind, so even we didn't know what to expect. Right. The fight against Eggman was definitely a lot more fun. Well, the game as a whole was a lot more fun when I was doing it blind with my friend Daniel, because I'm well, it was a bonding... Well, wouldn't really say a bonding experience, but like it was a good experience for the both of us because we both grew up with classic Sonic, and it was really good to experience this style of gameplay that wasn't like a ROM hack or just Sonic 3 and Knuckles again. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get Daniel to join me for the Mighty and Ray DLCs. But I don't know. Whether he does or doesn't, I'm still going to be doing it. Anyway, now to show off one more thing before we go to Bubsy. Sorry. So, if you put debug mode on, turn this off just in case. Then hold the X button. Let me just make sure I got this right. For reference's sake, I'm using an Xbox controller. You can get this. You can get the special, the stage select zone. So you have Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Studiopolis, Flying Battery, Press Garden, Stardust Speedway, Hydra City, Mirage Saloon, Oil Ocean, Lava Reef, Metallic Magnus, and Titanic Monarch, and one more, Egg Riviere. Now, Egg Riviere is a stage you can only access as Sonic with all 7 Chaos Emeralds, but if you access this, well, if you do the stage select thing with this, you can access it as different characters. So because we didn't show this off in the stream because we didn't get all the Chaos Emeralds, let's show it off here. And now, it's a three-way fight for the Phantom Ruby. In this area, time and space is messed up completely. Because the idea is that the Phantom Ruby went haywire because of the Chaos Emeralds. And now they're in a plane, now they're in a completely different plane trying to fight for it. The robot you see that's betrayed Eggman is the Heavy King. He's the only Damn it. He's the only Heavy you don't fight as Sonic or Tails. You fight him as Knuckles instead of Heavy Rider. You know, the knight guy who rides on the motorbug. Basically, he pretty much just betrays Eggman because he wants the Phantom Ruby, and he's the only one that can actually hurt you as Super. Like, Eggman can't, he can just bap you away. And I will say, this music is incredible. But the entire thing is amazing. Like, I like this way more than Doomsday Zone in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because I think this is more of an intense fight. Well, to be fair, it's not like other Supersonic final bosses in classic games where it's just chasing down like the final boss and just trying to ram it while on a strict timer. Not only is this a legit fight, but the final boss can legit hurt you as Supersonic. Or in this case, Super Tails. And I think this is another reason why you don't get the flickies in this fight, is because the flickies would break this fight in two. But to be fair, you'd have to cheat for this one anyway, since Tails can't go to this fight legit. Ah, damn it. Thankfully, he only knocks like 10 rings off you, and there are rings scattering around the place, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh. But it helps to be careful. Alright, that's Heavy King down. And that's Eggman down. See a difference? That was weird. For some reason, the music was faster than the animation. Oh. Try again. Yeah, even though you like just beat the final boss as a super form, because you technically didn't get all the Chaos Emeralds, it does this. Alright, so final thoughts. I think this game is really good. I just wish that there were more original stages, but I get the feeling that Sega's going to be keeping the group who made this game around for a lot longer, and maybe make them make more classic Sonic games, so you never know, we might get some more original stuff later down the road. I know we're getting the DLC with Mighty and Ray, and I really do hope we get other DLC characters like Shadow, Amy, maybe even a couple of goofy ones like Big the Cat. Alright, well, anyway, we still have about 2 hours left, so I'm actually going to go and take a short break, and I'm going to go and get Bubsy the Woolly Strike Back ready. So, if you don't want to watch, I don't blame you. Alright, the only reason I'm doing it is because it was part of a poll, and that was the highest vote, so I'm doing that one now. But I'm getting out of the way. Alright, so with that, I'll see you in just a bit. Alright, see you in a bit.